name is Dr. Natallie Corrie-Kordas. I'm from the Political Affairs Department of the African, Caribbean and Pacific Secretariat here in Brussels. Yes, I participated in today's discussion on how to accommodate and integrate migrants away from Europe, and I basically made a contribution which had 3 points. When we are talking about development cooperation, we have to ensure that any policy that we have, whether it's in relation to trade or services, whether it's in relation to providing education, providing microcredit, it has to have a trickle-down effect, which means the civil society members have to benefit. Once you get that right, once civil society recognizes that development cooperation dialogue will target them, then you know that the source of flow from the national levels, the community levels, that will be stemmed. The second issue that I wanted to look at is that we have to discover the whole issue of a more flexible visa policy, and consider things such as circular migration. We have case studies whereby entrepreneurial people from Africa have been able, through a circular migration arrangement with Europe, we can just look at Mauritius, for example, where they are allowed to come freely 3, 4, 5 months, do their activity, and then return to the country of origin. If we start seeing migratory flows as an opportunity and not as a threat, then it will be a cross-cutting theme which addresses poverty eradication and provides entrepreneurship. And that's basically what we have to do: change the whole dialogue, change the fear and the paranoia, and see the opportunity which needs to be tackled. And the other thing that I want us in terms of dialogue is to listen. Listen to the governments from Africa, Caribbean and Pacific when they are negotiating development cooperation programs. Listen to what they want and the challenges they face. What challenges do they face if they want to go into micro business, if they want to export their primary products into Europe? What are the challenges? What are the blockages, whether it's explicit or implicit? Why are they not allowed to travel as professionals when their intent is just to spread the potential for business to flow? When you understand the problem with trades, the problem with services, and also the inability to move beyond blockages which come up, then you will see, okay, when we are negotiating, we have to ensure that these obstacles no longer exist, but there is a systematic way to allow the free movement of basically the services which countries such as ours, developing countries, need to have addressed. And finally, in terms of migration, we all know that we talked today of north-south migration, but we have to listen to, in case of Africa, the south-south migratory flows. Not only do African countries have to deal with the challenges that they have, but they have to deal with external, in terms of border. Countries from East Africa have to deal with flows from Central Africa, West Africa is the same, and Southern Africa. So how do we help countries which are already burdened to deal with the additional burden? So it's a lot of dialoguing which is required, and a lot of a change of the perceptions, whereby migrants are basically a wake-up call that the way in which we have been doing development cooperation discussions and the way in which we design programs, we have to rethink it, because no one feels comfortable when they hear, alas, in the news that another boatload of Africans, another boatload of migrants die in the Mediterranean.
You have a big dream for this world.
I think we're all human beings. And I think it's a natural instinct to protect families, to protect loved ones. And when we as human beings learn of the routine reports of people dying senselessly in the wide ocean, I think you can't help but be touched. And it's just, to me, it's just a natural response. And I think everyone feels the goosebumps on their skin when they hear of another report. We want to stop. One life lost is too much.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.